I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin. In this video, another update. Things are progressing well, but how to stay on track? What is the new growth strategy that's going to accelerate everything? Let's have a look. So first of all, we need to update the tracker. Things are slowing down. We've only gained one additional subscriber on this channel. And the watch time, let me realign everything. The watch time has basically, I don't want to say flatlined, but it is similar. It's only 0.8 additional. So I had a very important lesson, and this is an important lesson relative to the growth strategy. I will explain what happened. So let me go over to the actual B2B channel. You can see no subscribers, a little bit disappointing, but I have now 14 views and an average watch time of 4.5 minutes. So that's good. So we got 14 views, which isn't great. Oh, this is subscribers, right? So 0 subscribers, 14 views. And then the watch time is kind of like an hour, or what was it? Watch time 1 hour, which isn't great. But I mean, it's a brand new channel, right? So the last time I launched the YouTube channel was 2021, a new channel. And at that time, the algorithm was different, meaning that YouTube channels at the moment, you need to bring the initial traction before YouTube will push out the video for you. So this means that you need, let's say, anywhere from 10, 20, 100 views and or watch time per video. So let's say the watch time is overall and the views are per video for the algorithm to determine who to give impressions to. Right? Very important. So I've been focusing on watch time, but I've also been focused on how am I going to get any more views, because I'm not promoting this video anywhere. And apparently I just thought I'm just going to make a crazy long video that's extremely value packed. I mean, it's over an hour long, gives you so many insights in how tokenomics are structured, how to do tokenomics for Web3 projects. I go literally over almost everything. So this is what companies pay thousands of dollars for, and I'm recording it here for free. Now, it is obviously very valuable if you can find the content. So I have a choice. Wait 90 days for 30, 60, 90 days, however long it takes for YouTube to index the SEO keyword of tokenomics, and then take it forward that way. Or make the decision, what can I do to get the word out there? Now, of course, we have 2 other channels because I need to bring more eyeballs on this video. So this morning it had like 9 views and now it has 14 views. I mean, it's not significant, but it's a 40% increase. So what did I do? I actually started more engagement on LinkedIn. So definitely the biggest traction is on LinkedIn, right? So at the moment we're up to 2705. So you can see it's growing really rapidly, right? So it's not making jumps of 10 a day. Like this is like a jump of like almost 30 in the last 24 hours that it's growing. So that is going really, really well. So that's the good news. So I was like, let me create a post on tokenomics yesterday. That didn't really do too much, but the one from today has more engagement, and the impressions, they matter, right? So here's a thumbnail, and then it's recommended to put it in the comments instead of in the main post so it doesn't reduce the reach. And I did that again today, just repeated it to get some more traffic. And when we look actually at the analytics, which is important, right? So we go to the actual content. YouTube has generated 6 impressions thus far, very little, and 1 view from it. So thank you, YouTube, for giving me 1 view, right? Now, before, let me see where it is, because I could see that like it said like LinkedIn somewhere. Maybe I have to open the video on the analytics, reach. So here, LinkedIn. So basically 1 view came from LinkedIn, right? Which means like it's a lot of work for 1 view. But my question basically is, I have I don't want to say nothing to do, but I have more than enough time in my day. What can I do to push the content out there? And this was my strategy. 14 views, no subscribers. Sad, but it is what it is. Now, what we're realizing is that this channel, the daily updates, it's stagnating slowly, right? It's fine. It's not a big deal for me. It is what it is. Then this channel is now up and coming. I'm basically cycling resources. I also have to push more on X because I haven't really made any posts there. And at the same time, the newsletter is still at 0, right? So nobody basically opted in. It's just me on the list, nobody else, unfortunately. So what that means is that tomorrow I don't have to send out a newsletter because nobody has opted in. Sad, but I need to focus on, before we're focusing on a target of 2000, which I know we were ambitious this month. Now this new problem exists with this YouTube channel, right? I thought it would get easy traction. But it didn't. And I basically used my old audience for this channel, which reaped some results, but nothing too significant. So we should be at 50 subscribers now, and we're at 64. So tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we're going to be behind schedule, specifically on the watch time. But apparently the content is not interesting for that audience. Like, people watched in the beginning, like, yo, what's Colin up to? Some clickbaity titles, but now I'm going more into the struggles. There's no results. Things are not going as planned apart from LinkedIn, right? And now we need to solve these things, and that's boring. But this is truly where the real lessons are. Is it a good move to go from LinkedIn to push the YouTube content? Is it going to work? I mean, a 40% increase in views is really significant. Until you learn, you went from 10 to 14 views, and you're like, what the fuck? Did all that effort for 4 views? So that's what you need to understand, right? We're going to take it step by step here. At the same time, the other good news is that, we have 3 impressions from Google. So, of course, I'm still doing the blog. So if you do go to the blog, I again published one today, right? So this is the opt-in. So there's now 4 blogs live. I'm basically daily updates free, and tomorrow the main B2B will go. So there's marketing content, which will be the tokenomics, and then the daily updates for the daily updates. It's basically just a full flow like that. Now, it's basically starting to show. So it's just like top queries, like, it's a little bit weird. I don't know exactly what that means. This whole thing, Web3 day, which page does that show? It's the first one, basically. So it's the main domain, and then 3 times this Web3 performance marketing, the first video is basically shown. So that's a good indication. I'm not expecting much from here, but it's a positive note. Search Console is delivering some traction. And then for my LinkedIn automation, I ended up, there's so many different options, like old school options like DuckSoup with the Chrome extension, to Dripify, to, like, I asked Claude, and there's like a dozen different options. I watched some tutorials. I like this one the best. I mean, it's $39 a month for the basic package. So the flow would be not that aggressive. It would be pretty simple. Basically connection request, and then if they accept, basically like, yo, I got nothing to sell, but I make this cool content, you want to watch it, ? Yeah, send it over. And then I send to YouTube. So instead of pushing people to the newsletter, I'm now pushing them to YouTube to validate the watch time, and then basically the call to action on YouTube is the newsletter, right? So what are we going to end up here on the newsletter is lower conversion rate, right? Because there's a step in between. So at least 50 to 75% of the traffic will drop off. But the ones that you do capture have a way higher intent on the newsletter here, right? So that's basically what I'm planning to do. I don't know if I'm going to start this week. I don't think it's a big deal. I'm doing a lot of things manual right now, and I think it would interfere with that. I just want to get used to the daily posting on LinkedIn. By Monday next week, I've done that for a week, and perhaps then we add the Dripify. The thing is, like I said, I have more time than work at the moment. So this is the master plan. So now you've watched all the boring stuff. Now I'm going to show you the good stuff. I was like, the feedback on this video was really good. So 2 people messaged me. They said, I absolutely love this. It's great. These are people from my existing network that watched it. Well, I was like, I appreciate that. They're like, this usually costs so much money for a consultant to explain these things. And I'm like, yeah, fuck. Usually I charge like, $10,000 a month to explain all this stuff and then in more detail relevant for your project. But I was like, why not make like a free course, right? Without an opt-in, just on YouTube, right? Something like unheard of, because I like to experiment with these things. So we're going to make a free course, which is like hella long, right? So I'm going to say, this is the ID right now. So let's say 12 steps of like the go-to-market for, let's say, a token launch, GTM. Right, at 12 steps. So this is basically a summary video, or let's say 60 minutes. It does the full introduction. So this is the intro, right? Intro. And then you have 12 pillars. So in each of these pillars is then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this whole thing, then each of these pillars is 3 hours. Right? And they basically cover the topics. Like one is tokenomics, the other one is community, the other one is market makers, the other one is exchanges, the other one is like smart contract, product market fit, audience, engagement, retention, all of the different things that are important for a go-to-market. 12 pillars, each topic, 3 hours of coverage. So that would be 36 hours worth of content, all for free, all on YouTube, right? What will this do? Insane perceived value, right? That shouldn't be a cross, that should be a plus. I don't think anybody has ever done this, specifically not in Web3. So the value is absolutely insane, right? It would give me a ton of watch time and subscribers, right? So watch time plus subs, and it would give me something to do because I technically can record this 36 hours in 1 week. Well, I don't think 1 week is possible because that would be like, 3 hours a day I would have to do it. But let's say I could record it in a month, right? Let's say 1 month to record it completely, which means that I have something to do, right? And that would give me basically 3 months worth of content as well. Right? So I would have a ton of content that I can basically drip because this content is not, I don't want to say not relevant. It's not relevant to be time-based. I can record it at any time. I can publish it at any time, right? So I could basically drip feed that. So this is what I'm thinking of doing. I just have to map the modules that, of course, there will be more than enough value in each video. I think the videos will be absolute no-brainers. I just have to link it to like resources, right? Like on the tokenomics, I basically made a free template for that people can grab in the description that you can play around and make your own tokenomics. And for each of these videos, I would like to, give them something where it's like, hey, play with this, play with that. Inevitably, so I'll tell you the business outcome as well. Inevitably, people are going to say like, oh my God, this is great. Thank you so much. How do we implement this? It's only maybe 5% of the people that actually have a project and want to do something. So most people will say, thank you for the information. I'll just go about my day and do this shit myself. But 5% says, yo, I have money and we don't have time and you know what you're doing. Do you want to do this for us? How much it's going to cost? And I will tell them this is how much it's going to cost. And I can give you all the advice you need. You just got to pay me and we will do it for your project. And that's one of the main flows where all the free value, apart from all these benefits, will result in business over the long run. So this is not a short-term strategy, right? So this is what I'm thinking. I'm going to map it tomorrow, right? Maybe today I'll make a start because it's only 3:30 now. So I'll make a start on it today and then tomorrow I can show you guys the first results. In addition, I've been thinking about doing these interviews and I'm going to do it. So we're going to push forward with the interviews to basically capture, what the fuck is this? Interviews. Can barely even read it, but the part is that I'm saying it at least. The ability to attract other people's audiences will be big, right? It will be easier as long as it's Web3 native and relevant to what we're doing here. So I cannot just talk to anybody that's not relative. I don't want retail views. I don't really care too much about the views. I care about the watch time. So initially now, if we have, 14 views, 16.7% click-through rate, and 4.5 minutes of watch time, I assume when there's 100 views, the watch time will be higher, right, from search. But in this case, because it has like LinkedIn, Twitter traffic included, I think this is really great for the first video. If it would be like 20, 30 seconds, right, which we basically have on the daily video uploads, although we have 64 subscribers right now, which is decent. Look at that, 20 seconds. Like, I made a video that's 10 minutes long and apparently everybody just thinks it's a fucking joke. It's a good signal that the content is just not resonating with the audience, which is fine because this audience, don't forget, comes from this YouTube channel with 26.3 thousand views. They basically saw this video. I made an upload after 5 years, right? This has good watch time, good views. But people are like, mate, like, might be interesting. Oh, it's not media buying. Oh, it's not affiliate marketing. Fuck it, right? So you can see that the views have gone down from literally 560 that day to now 30 at the lowest point because YouTube is also seeing that I'm no longer pushing videos. However, all my old content is now being picked up that I made live and got like 3 views, this and that. So I assume that the watch time, so the watch time here is more than on the new video and will be, I think, over time. Last long, but this is just to help people. Basically, people will just be able to consume that content, get all the value from it. But I will not do anything new with that channel because that's like bottom end retail, right? Make money online, affiliate marketing, how to start your own business. That's not the right audience. I don't mind. People watch this content, hopefully this daily channel, because they like me as a person. How am I thinking? What am I doing? And just for this channel, I really want people that are actually interested in the content that will provide the watch time that I need, and they can get the value, the tremendous value that they need, right? So bit of a puzzle. We're going to map out basically these 12 steps. And I will show you tomorrow how we're going to go about this. So this is the update for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.